Most people just toss their good knives into a drawer or shove them into those old-school wooden blocks that are basically just dust magnets for bacteria. It's a shame, really, especially when you've spent decent money on quality steel. This walnut magnetic block from HexClad is trying to fix that, and honestly, it does a pretty good job of making your kitchen counter look like a professional workspace. The first thing you notice is the weight. At nearly 3 kilograms, this thing isn't going to slide around when you pull a chef's knife off the front. It feels solid, grounded, and the walnut finish has a nice, deep grain that feels premium to the touch. It's not just a slab of wood, either. The magnets are surprisingly strong. You don't get that annoying wobble or the feeling that your blade is going to slide down the face of the block. It grabs the steel firmly, which is exactly what you want if you're worried about your edges getting dinged up. What's clever here is the design choice to keep the blades exposed. Traditional blocks are notorious for dulling edges because you're constantly scraping the metal against wood every time you slide them in and out. By keeping them on the surface, you're actually preserving that sharpness for a lot longer. Plus, it's just easier to see what you're grabbing. Now, there is a bit of a quirk to keep in mind. Because it's a freestanding unit, it does take up a fair amount of counter space. If you're working in a tiny apartment kitchen with barely any room to prep, you might find yourself playing a bit of Tetris to make it fit. It's 13 inches all around, so it's a bit of a presence. Also, it's worth noting that you're paying for the aesthetic and the build quality here. It's a bit of an investment for what is essentially a fancy magnet, but if you're the type of person who likes their kitchen tools to look as good as they perform, it's hard to argue with the result. It even doubles as a bookend for cookbooks, which is a nice little touch for those who like to keep their recipes handy. It's simple, it's sturdy, and it solves the problem of dulling your blades without making your kitchen look like a cluttered mess. If you've got the counter space, and you're tired of digging through drawers, this is a pretty elegant way to handle your cutlery.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.